Hello everybody, welcome to semi-final game 2. This is for a direct ticket of the World Cup playoffs because Diomed is playing the winner in the final. He's won his semi-final. So we've got Spartakus with Lizardmen, lots of block and guard, up against KFoged, PTK, Big Kev, whatever you want to call him. He's got a couple of block guarders and a couple of blodge steppers and Roshel step. He hasn't got a lot actually, he hasn't got a lot of skills in his team, right? If you can get after the line women, although he's got a lot of them, 14 players, you can get up on the drive, and if you're up on the drive, you've got half a chance. So actually, although I lost to Core and he dominated the group, won easily the group, won 4 wins and a draw. Actually, I don't think it is that bad. I don't think it's that unbeatable. And Spartakus lost the first game, but anything can happen, can't it? There you go. Yeah. Alright. Diomed Wentworth was an incredible match, yeah, unbelievable, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, during the game they mostly just shout out the names, and then, like, on Match of the Day and stuff, you have some pundits who say more things. But, no, well, it's not true. It's not too much. It's mostly. It's definitely mostly shouting out the names, but also telling you that somebody scored a good goal. Like I don't need to be told that, do I? Though to be fair, I did quite enjoy just having, the TV on and not watching it while I was painting. Sometimes I did do that, and then just like listen to the game. And then if he says, "Oh, what an amazing goal," then you can be like, "All right, I'll go and have a look then." So to be fair, it wasn't as bad as I've just said. Well, 2 knockdowns, no AV bricks. That's wild, isn't it? But I guess the thing is, the esports casters are like are just better casters, right? Like, you've got old boys and you've got ex-players, which doesn't exactly make for good content, does it, for the sports people? You've got relics from the radio age, and then you've got old ex-players. Unlike probably most esports, not known for their brains, like brain power is a lot more prevalent in esports, isn't it? Even stuff like Call of Duty and that, you've got to know things and stuff. Whereas American football, if you can run fast and stuff, then you'll do all right, won't you, or whatever? Do you know what I mean? Like quarterbacks, quite good commentators, aren't they? Tony Romo and stuff, but for like the normal players, pretty dumb. Actually, less so in American football because they at least get educated, don't they? Whereas footballers, have to like stop going to school when they're like 6 or whatever because they've got to play football a lot to be good. Way, Odot. Way. I mean, being smart mattered because there's Jamarcus Russell, wasn't there? Who was basically the stupidest man on the planet. Though, he had a great career. Jamarcus Russell, because he played like a season and got like 100 million or whatever, so you can't argue with that. In terms of games played to money made and amount of brain damage taken, he's got to be one of the best players of all, best deals of all time. Who cares if people remember your career after you're dead? Doesn't matter, does it? Who cares if fans like you or whatever? He made millions for very little effort. Blood Bowl is an esport. I mean, it kind of is. There's a World Championships with prize money and commentators. So, I'm commentating on this right now. People are watching. So it kind of is an esport, isn't it? Kind of. kind of. Like, it's obviously very random, and probably actual esports people would laugh at you if you even said about the possibility of this being an esport. But still, it's got elements of it, hasn't it? Right, what are we doing? Blitzing this guy in for follow-up hits? No, we're not. I like blitzing this one in for follow-up hits. Just max blocks, right? Max block. Oh, I guess you could also blitz this one. Yeah, okay, sorry. Errata, blitz this one. Get your man up, right? Don't move forward. Blitz, get your man up. And just start hammering them Amazons as hard as you can. Yes, yeah, that's true. There's some really fun elements with Blood Bowl, but oh, he's going for the 3D. Oh no, he's not. He's just trapping it. Interesting. Surely you've got to blitz this one, right? Just to get your guy up. It's quite cool watching Spartakus play. I think he's very good. I didn't mean to sound so surprised then. But I played him in Rebel a few seasons ago and he wasn't as good as this then. So he's definitely improved. Which is nice, isn't it? Because people often don't. Lots of people stagnate. Yeah, I wonder if this should have been one square over, right, to stop the easy tag. Because surely it could have been. Or maybe even 2 squares over, right? Like, could have been even down here. Or there or something. Maybe there, so you couldn't base both of them. Okay, Big Kev is committed. The big girl. Like, this isn't easy for the zones at all, is there? There's a lot of strength 4 guarders, block guarders. Block already is a nightmare to face for Amazons. Like, just block alone is massively increasing your chance of knocking them over, and there's a lot of block. And then there's a lot of strength 4. So it's not as easy to bully them as it is other teams. I tell you what I don't like. I don't like Spartakus's reluctance to block with the Crocs. And while it's okay normally, I think, versus KFoged, you've got to try and get lucky. And also, while this was kind of cool, yeah, you've stopped it moving, but the problem is if you hit it, it's going to sidestep, and then, you know, it's a blood step, you're not going to knock it over. Like, if this had been a defenseless player or whatever, it's pretty good, isn't it? Because you smash it and surf it, so he's got to dodge it, but you can't surf this. Well, maybe you can. Maybe you can. Maybe you can fill in all the squares and surf it. Yeah, he was croc shy, yeah. I mean, basically, Auden, right? You're playing Big Kev, and he's got a nightmarish Amazon team. You've got to bang them, otherwise you're not going to win. He doesn't get the knockdown. Yeah, this idea doesn't look as good, does it? When you're probably just using 3 guys to punch it and not knock it over. Yeah, no, neither am I. Yeah, so he's just spent 3 of his players hitting it. And now it's free next turn anyway. So, while I like the idea, I like the idea in principle, maybe for other games, not for this one. And other players, right? Other players. The formation to trap that player was good. Oh my god, he gets the power on the blitz. Incredible. Absolute scenes. Hello, Steve. It is a bit like, you know, it's right. It's probably right versus most people he plays. Like this is the thing. So it's hard to get too down on him because versus most people, absolutely correct. But versus Big Kev's not normal. He's a genetic freak and he's not normal. You've got a 33% at best at beat him. Oh. Well, that was huge, wasn't it? Because without that dodge, he was just going to 2-dice the ball. Very simply. So that was a mega dodge there from the skink. I mean, it's still a pretty easy hit on the 2D on the ball. It's still, I mean, it's a really easy 2D hit on the ball, isn't it? You just move somebody in there, and then 1D this guy, and then you can, and then 1D him to there. Okay, no, it's not that easy now, actually, yeah, because there's guard there. I just beat him off first anyway, and then he's got a 1D to go there. And this one comes in 1, 2, 3. Gets the full pout. The power is huge because now he can hit from there. And this one might do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Double rush. No, he can reach with a double rush. Oh, he does the dodge. Greedy core. Obviously less chance of getting there with doing the dodge rather than the rush. But oh my god, it means he's got a skill reroll instead of the team reroll. But he had 4, I think he should have gone for the safer move. Well, you can't really complain Spartakus, that was a bit dodgy, wasn't it? That was a bit dodgy ball protection. Even he was completely reliant on the skink, and even after that it didn't do the job. I wonder if he'll just run back. Because like you naturally want to run here, right? He's made a screen. But like there's an argument for just running back still, but I guess he's gonna run forward. Get it close at the opponent. Oh, he failed. He failed. So now you can block him away, blitz him away, and clear the ball. Because if you blitz him with him, you might only push him, right? So you've got to come around to push him to there. So you can clear the ball and get a cage here. Happy days. No problem. You could even like block with this guy, and then that'll free up the other guarder as well. Or you could block with this guard, and then this guy could do the blitz. And then you've got another guard to use with the ball. Spartakus already 45 seconds into time bank. KFoged on. By blitzing the guard, it does give you the follow-up hit here, which is alright, but the problem is you're using skinks to punch. And you really should be using skinks to go and get the ball and protect it. Hello, Diomed. Congrats the other day. I bet both of these guys are happy you won, honestly, because now it means this game is for a ticket, isn't it? A direct ticket to the World Cup. It is Lizard's attack going horribly wrong. Yeah, he did a based cage. I nearly said shitty based cage, but I managed to stop myself. I thought, what would Artemis say? And it's a shitty based cage. I wanted to say it, but it was a bit shit. Yeah, it was a bit shit. He made a bit of a shit cage. And it's all gone a bit wrong. It's all gone a bit Pete Tong. I think he should have kept the Saurus out there, right, and just relied on the pickup. Because he could have brought this guy over and that guy there and then gone into a cage. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so he can go back here. I mean, so that is what he's doing. But he's got cover for the pickup, so yeah, that's fine, I guess. But my way, I would have had this skink over here and then punching him as well. It does tragically mean that you can't punch this, and it means you can chain it in unless you've dodged, yeah. And then now that you've dodged, you can still bring it in and still could chain it in. But not much you can do about it, is there? He made a stick base. Oh my god, the Fashbinder stick base thing was great, wasn't it? Absolute legendary piece of Blood Bowl lore that lots of people won't know. Yeah, and this is the thing, is that this is the risk profile, that it changes versus people like Diomed and KFoged, right? And Wenteros and Spartakus. Same thing. You know, you saw Big Kev playing differently to how he'd normally play in the first game. You know, normally you're all about the failure state. But because, you know, if you're Spartakus, you're better than who you're playing. Often by a substantial amount. But if you're playing KFoged or Diomed, then you're not better by a substantial amount, if it's even possible to be better. I think there'll be a few people who think they're on equal footing with Big Kev and Diomed. I wonder if anyone's arrogant enough to think they're better than them. Maybe. But even then, like, it's still hard, right? It's still a really hard game. Like, it's a really hard game for KFoged, and the semi was a really hard game for... The other semi was a really hard game for Diomed as well. Gets the 1D. So it's not just a KFoged and Diomed fan club thing. Though, you know, Diomed won last season and is in the final again, and KFoged might be in the final, so they may well be the 2 winners of the group and the 2 finalists. But, you know, not yet. Spartakus has got a big say in it, right? It's not over. Lots to go in this game. You're sure sounds like it. Interesting. It's interesting because, like, you know, it's whether you're honest with yourself and stuff as well, isn't it? Because, like, you know, maybe we'll all rate ourselves a bit higher than we actually are because we know ourselves, right? Like, you know, if you could play KFoged and he could be ill or whatever, right? And you could win. And he might have, like, not slept the night before, or some stupid thing, right? Like, he's doing 3 things at once. And then, so you play him, and then, like, if you win, you're like, wow, I played great. But then, let's say you lose because you didn't have any sleep, then you're like, oh, well, I only lost because I had no sleep. So, like, you've got more, like, information about yourself, don't you, than your opponents. And, like, you know that if you tried harder, you'd do better. But you don't know how much harder Diomed or KFoged could try, and that sort of thing. Yeah, they might think they are. It's interesting, isn't it? Like, there might be English people who think they're better than them as well. I'm pretty sure, actually, now, that there's probably a couple of English players, maybe even 2 or 3, that think they're better than them. But they're wrong. And I don't think that's a matter of opinion. I think those people are wrong. So with all that said, you know, I think Spartakus has got to hit more with his Crocs, and I think KFoged's got to, you know, dodge a bit more than he'd want to, because he's got to make things happen a bit more versus Spartakus, you know. Like, Diomed had to be a bit greedier going for surfs and stuff, right, versus Winteros. Things like that. Things like that are just true when you're playing somebody who's good. Like my games versus Sol for the, you know, Sol's very good. My games versus Sol for the best of 19, you know, we've got to do things we're not completely comfortable with. You know, like I should have made some extra 2+, like I didn't, but I should have done. And if I had, maybe I'd have won. So, yes, maybe just tired from a lack of sleep, yeah. Okay, so he's got to do another dodge to complete the cage here. No, he didn't. It wasn't a dodge. Errata, errata. Oh, he finally does block with his Crocs, and it means he's abandoned. And he it means this Zon can dodge away. But I still think it's right to go for it, right? I still do think genuinely do think it's right to go for it. But yeah, oh my god, it lets the Garda in there, which is a brutal move. And it frees this guy. So, you know, that was a rubbish thing. So that's the thing, right? Like, it looks like a wrong move, but I fully believe that it's the things that you've got to take those extra little risks in these games. And like, maybe that's why I drew so much, right? Maybe I didn't take those little risks enough. Last couple of seasons I've drawn loads of games. Oh god, it's just such an easy chain to get the ball hit. The guards, he's got 2 guards, so he probably doesn't even take this hit, actually. 3 guards. This is nearly a 3D uphill. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's nearly a 3D uphill. I don't think we'll be taking the ball hit. Getting a safety behind. I didn't even 3 that guy up. He wants to keep the Crocs controlled. Interesting. See, the best way to uncontrol your Crocs is to just bang out whoever's marking it. But again, I think that's... It's not that I think he plays wrong. I think he plays right most of the time, Spartakus. I've gone on way too long about this, but you get the idea, you know. You've got that is the actual risk profile change that you've got to make. He is going for the uphill here. This is rowdy, isn't it? Just gets a push. But again, right, maybe Big Kev thinks he's got to do that. Would he be doing it versus random McNo-name? Maybe not. Maybe to just blitz with a big girl. And being content with a safer but not a strong position. Man, this is pretty good, isn't it, still? The good thing for Spartakus is he doesn't actually have to get much penetration, does he? And he can just bang everything here. He can do many bangings, get the ball up to about here, and then he's only got to get a tiny bit in the half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, he can get the ball up to here in a cage, and then he's only got to get, like, forward 2 more squares. Yes, Heroes, yeah. It's tragedy, isn't it? You'd have definitely topped Super League with Corn. No doubt about it. What's left? Chaos Dwarves we can basically write off. Gnomes, Corn, Vamps. Khemri, no Khemri Sea Bros. They don't have the new rules. Oh yeah, Snots, yeah. Snots and Ogres, yeah. Snots and Ogres. One would hope that would be a double season like the Goblins and Flings. They'll have all the data of how much money they made from the Flings and Goblins, and if they didn't make much money from Goblins and Flings, I'd imagine Ogres. I'd imagine they wouldn't have made much from that. So I'd imagine Ogres and Snots would be like later, right? But I don't know. But yeah, Chovs are the latest team, so they're unlikely to be next. So yeah, maybe it is like Khorne or Vamps. I really have no idea. I'm not betraying any NDAs by saying this. I've got zero idea. Yeah, Snotlings. Yeah, I did like hitting up from this direction. The problem is he did need the extra guard in because this one couldn't actually guard. Oh no, follow. Makes... Oh god. Makes this not a 2D. Okay, now he can hit from the other one. Well, so much for moving the ball up there, eh? He's used everyone just to punch and stay where he is. Doesn't take the boat down. That's weird, isn't it? Oh, in case this hit was a push, and he would have hemmed in the skink. I did say gnomes, Steve. I did, yeah, Khorne, but yeah. At first I said gnomes, but then I wrote them off because I think I'm not excited by them. So I think Khorne and Vamps are the teams. But yeah, it could be gnomes, and it could also be just ogres or just snots, right? Oh, here we go. Fails a dodge, gets removed. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, who knows what's going to happen. I don't think the Lizards are scoring. But you never know, right? He's only got to get 3 squares into the opposing half. And he does need to win. A draw is no good for Spartakus. So that's a big thing, right? Because he's 1-0 down in the series. A draw, normally a great result versus KFoged, is not enough. So it's a tough ask. Alright, I'll be right back. Well, it's not over. Don't say it's over. But how do you scatter this? Croc splits? Croc splits into scatter. Hope you get lucky. Or I guess you could punch this one and then punch it again. But I think just Crocs Blitz. Oh yes, no, you can punch this, can't you? You've got 2 assists. You can just punch this and punch it again, and then you've got your Blitz free. No, he does do the Crocs Blitz. Yes! Love it. This has got the highest payoff, right? I think you should have followed, though. Oh my god. Perfect scatter. Bad scatter. Bad scatter. Oh, wow. This first scatter could have been amazing for him, right? All these 4 squares are great. This one isn't bad, so like you had 5 out of 8 great scatters after that, really. Well, that's disappointing, isn't it? This might be over. It's not over. But also it might be over. He needs a skink in range, right? He just needs a skink here because he has to win. So while putting a skink up there might be bad, you know, for getting the draw. More chance of KFoged scoring on his drive. Like, you just have to score on your drive. You just have to. So you just have to, yeah, so he's hit this, so he has to get this into the half, or this. You just have to get somebody in. And he does. Almost exactly where I said. Well done, Jim. Thank you. Do you know what? I think that one should have gone in there. Is he going for the ball pickup this turn? Maybe he is. I feel like the Garda should have gone in there. Okay, he's going for it. And it's abject failure. But hey, it's in the Crocs' tackle zone. So if the Crocs somehow doesn't go down, he's got to do a 1D here. He gets the 1D, which frees up that player, which is 2D on the Crocs now. KFoged still got 2 rerolls. He's got the ball on a movement 7, hit and run player. Though, albeit a... Now, maybe he's not. Maybe he's gonna... Yeah. It's this. Yeah, I like that. And then he can get the blocker in range this turn. You don't want to fail. You don't want to like risk everything, right? So just get the get a secondary threat in. Lovely jubbly. Oh, he goes for the dodge handoff this turn. Interesting. Fails. And oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rush, rush, handoff. There's a chance. End of an era. In fact, the Crocs could blitz, right, and then push him to there, and then it's just 1 dodge and a 4+ pickup. In fact, you can mess around hitting this, and then you can probably blitz this one, and then push him to there, and then you've got a 3+ dodge, 4+ pickup, 3+ dodge, double rush, handoff, score. Very exciting. You can't use the you can't use the Crocs' guard because of the Jaguar warrior there. So actually you can't. Oh no, yeah, and this is here, so you actually can't do anything, can you? You can't do a blitz very easily. Because KFoged still got another turn. So maybe you just like blitz this guy. Oh yeah, blitz this one and block this one maybe. And then go for... Yeah, 1D. 1D blitz with block. You'd have to 1D without block. You could have blitzed this and gone there and blocked him. But is he going for the croc splits? Ah, you can cancel that, so it's a 2D. Okay. The problem with this is just leaving it easy for KFoged. So here's a 2D with the crocs. Oh no! Wait, no, it's still a 1D. Oh, of course it's still a 1D. Oh my god, sorry, I'm a moron. I already counted it as a 1D. And then, for some reason, I thought this made it not a 1D, but this did nothing, because it was already counted by this anyway. So for some reason I was thinking this made it not. He probably could have rushed twice, right? I don't think he rushed with that guy. This one had to rush twice to cancel that assist, and then he could have 2D blitzed. Yeah, did he have the 1D blitz? Yeah, he could have stood... He couldn't... Yeah, he could have just made it a 1D. Yeah, he could have only made it a 1D. Right, here we go. Hands it off to the thrower. Outrageous. Oh, this is movement 5. Rush doesn't matter. Greasy cleats, no impact. It's only PA 3+, so it's going to be a 4+ pass. That's a double 1. Well, Spartakus escapes the half at 0-0. Why is it taking so long? Oh, it's because he's got safe pass, so it's still his turn. KFoged's probably bamboozled why his turn hasn't ended, because he hasn't realised they've got safe pass. Yeah. It's funny, isn't it, the safe pass, because that's one that you could forget on tabletop. Even if you're Big Kev, you could forget that on tabletop, whereas you'll never forget it on Fumble, will you? Fumble on Blood Bowl 3. Terrible. So, it's not over for Spartakus. And somehow he's still got 11 players. The craziest thing about this team is he's got 11 players, and he just hasn't had anyone removed. But, you know, both games basically didn't get anyone removed in the first half. KFoged 3 reserves, so the death doesn't matter at all. So yeah, now all KFoged needs to do is not even get turned over, right, isn't it? Or he just scores. He can score at any time, and then he probably won't lose. Or he can just not score a mega bunker. The not scoring a mega bunker is harder, right? His offense is harder because the defensive doesn't help him make blocks. It helps your opponent, stops your opponent making blocks. It stops your opponent like pushing forward, and like the stand firm and the side step stop your opponent pushing forward. But they don't help you to push forward too much. So we might see a very dice rolly score from Big Kev just to get it in. I mean, yes, I think you just bang it in any time you can, right? I think the way to do it is to just try and get it in, if possible. Do everything you can to score. Don't just bunker. I think turtling is incorrect. I think you have to try and get the touchdown done. Now the problem is Artemis about to go raging here. Is look how vulnerable this is to a solid defense or a blitz. But you know, this is the problem against lizards. You do need a big commitment to get to hit them, don't you? That's more of a Lizardman issue than a setup issue. Lizards just requiring a ridiculous amount of players to do anything against. Did you take the wrestle? No. Hit and run. Yeah. Oh. That means this one's got to go forward, yeah. And now he's got his guards next to each other, protecting themselves. Oh, I keep thinking it's an AV break. I hate hit and run. So you just want to block with the first one, and then you can blitz it if it's a push, right? You can push it onto here and then blitz it if it's a push. So you definitely just want to block it first. Oh, he doesn't want to block it first. He wants to go for the pickup. Doesn't re-roll. I would have valued punching more there, honestly. Even though it's blockless, I'd have just valued punching. I wouldn't have taken the 1 and 3 to end my turn. I'd just punch, 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 punch. It's a pretty good punt. Oh, I wouldn't want 1 in 9. I wouldn't even re-roll the hit. I guess the danger is if you don't re-roll the hit, the failure state, right? If this goes down, he can punch the other one. He's got guard though. It's not easy for him to punch the other one. Then you could blitz this one. Yeah, I guess you could blitz this one, come in and block, but you can do that anyway, right? By not hitting, you can just do that anyway. So yeah, he's got through anyway without hitting. So I think the hit is just better, isn't it? Yeah, so lovely stuff from Spartakus, right? This is the thing. This is the thing for KFoged as well. It's not a one-way street. Because now the Skink squad can come through. And things start to get hairy for Big Kev. You got to whack some Saurus in, right, to use up actions or make them roll dice. I don't like this. I feel this guy should like come in there or there, and this guy like on the diagonal there, and just tag things out a bit. Oh, nice. Oh, horrible to have to re-roll it, but I think you have to re-roll it, right? But it's quite a nice idea. But I think if you do that, then even that makes it even more important that you've got a guy there or there, right? To restrict these guys a little bit as well. But yeah, it's a nice idea, this. The problem is the rush and then having to re-roll it if it fails. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you just bring all this stuff back, right? He had to engage that a bit, I think. I mean, that's the problem, right? There's no dodges here. There's 3 free players that should have been forced to make dodges or blitz, I think. Hello Zelmo, yeah, the things you remember. I mean, it's not guaranteed at all, is it? You know, at the end of the day. Wiley's the best we've got. He's certainly not unbeatable by any stretch. The annoying thing as well against Zons as lizards is your like skink hit squad can't even do a lot once they get there, right? Like I remember my Lizardman game versus Devo's Necro, and like I had banged out loads of players in the second half, but he had a blodge ghoul and I just couldn't get it off him. Like, it took 3 players to 2-dice it. And obviously I had no tackle or anything. It was just like, you know, you could tag the Saurus easily and then I've got to run around 3 skinks to bloody hit it every time. And sometimes I couldn't hit it and it's just hard, right? It's just hard to get the ball down from a blodger from Lizardmen. If they haven't massacred the team. Which they haven't. So yeah, good recovery from KFoged, wasn't it? Good recovery, but maybe Spartakus could have like not made it a 3D blitz with the Crocs and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Then to get more players in other places and stuff. Like maybe you should just 2D blitzed with a Saurus and then like moved other players in, like moved the Crocs in on the big girls and stuff. Something like that, maybe. Walling off, not in contact, interesting. This would be a surf if it wasn't a sidestepper. Sidestep's pretty amazing on the blitzers, isn't it? That's what KFoged got out of the slightly higher TV of this season's Super League, which I quite like. Honestly, I think there's a bit more play to it when you've got a bit more tools. I'll have to make up I'll have to write out a questionnaire to get people to answer to see what they thought about the rules. Like, it's obviously easy to just do it the same as tabletop, and you know, the kind of tabletop standard kind of stuff. But no, well, don't say it's over, but this is a skink getting surfed. I don't think it's 2 skinks getting surfed, but I think it's, yeah, this is the obvious instant hit. It's probably 1 skink getting surfed and 1 cast, 1 KO'd, a apple this instant. Yeah, like instant, you've got to surf this skink, right? There's no choice. What you could do is actually, yeah, 3-dice it. Yeah. Okay, he's done it this way. So I think he could have 3-dice surfed it. Might have been a bit better. It's probably not better. Oh my god! Oh no, he doesn't get a hit and run into the assist, does he? Of course not. It's not that overpowered. But he doesn't need an assist, right? He'll just 2D surf it. I mean, he might 3D surf it. It is a bit safer, isn't it? No, he hasn't. Like, I wouldn't have hated 3D surfing it. I really wouldn't, because I feel like you're so far ahead at this point. You might as well 3D surf it. Well, you only need 2. Yeah, this is real bad now, isn't it? 2 removals, 9 players for Spartakus, 1-0 down in the series. He has to win this game somehow. I mean, at least it's 0-0. KFoged going for the foul. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 3 skinks down in 1 turn. Oh god. Well, the good thing is, for Spartakus, he's not going to have too many regrets about this game, right? Because it's one of those where you can just say to yourself, nope, there's nothing I could have done. And while, you know, in a hypothetical world, there are things you could have done. But realistically, when this happens, fuck it, you know. Like, there's things that, like, you know, Blood Bowl supercomputer could have done if it exists, but it doesn't. So as a normal human being, this probably is, you know, good enough that there's nothing you could have done. And also, like, there's you as well, right? Like, it's funny when people say nothing, there's nothing I just got dice, there's nothing I could have done. Like, that's true, isn't it? There's nothing they could have done, right? Like, that could be true, you know? Like, there's nothing they could have done. There's things that KFoged could have done, or Elliot could have done, but there's not... I just said Elliot because I saw him there in a few minutes. There's things KFoged could have done, or Spartakus could have done, or Wentros could have done, or Diomed could have done, but there's nothing that they could have done. So, like, you know, sometimes that's true when people say, "Oh, I just got dice. There's nothing I could have done." You know. So I think it's fair to say that, as good as Spartakus is, you know, there's not much anybody could have done, and even if he had played a perfect game, whatever that would look like, which we'll never know. Maybe you don't get back from 3 removed. Actually 4, because one was Apod, right? He took 4 skink removals in one turn. so when those games happen, there isn't a whole lot you're doing. But this is good pressure, actually, isn't it? This is still good pressure from him. Obviously, he's not giving up. There's no reason to give up. It's not like you're living to fight another day, like if it was something else. You just literally, there's no cost to not giving up. People often credit people for not giving up in Blood Bowl, and I'm like, why? You know, it's not hard, is it? You're just making decisions in a video game. Why would you give up? Right. Wow. It's not over, but great turn by KFoged in it. Layered cage. Layered screens, cage. Just horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible situation for Spartakus. And he hasn't even got close to the Zons, has he? I like this though, you know, blitz the furthest forward one and try and get around in front. Probably get your Crocs into 2, can't you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and get the Crocs into 2 here. Maybe even rush. I guess you could kick it out to here, couldn't you? Out to there is pretty good. And then Crocs in here. Oh, not anymore. Oh, the Crocs is bloody based. Errata. Oh well, Crocs punch, and then it went stupid. Right, yeah. So without the Crocs, then yeah, exactly what he did then. Both souls. I didn't see her because she's still so small. But yeah, the thing now is, if KFoged had to win himself, he'd have to be like trying to push up here, wouldn't he? And he doesn't have to. He probably still will. Like he doesn't have to, but stupid Crocs, and like the whole team. He could like get the ball like here, right, and just get stuff up. Sure looks like that's what he's doing. Could go for the wrestle hit. That's why he's got 2 assists in, probably. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I didn't see he was tagged. Jacob. I didn't see he was tagged. I did not want him to dodge. I did not tell him to dodge. I told him to walk freely through. Ooh! Oh, no, he's got stand firm there. God damn it, KFoged. KFoged in his genius plays. I was like, whoa, there's a chain on. No, he's got the stand firm in the right square. God damn it. Well, I mean, this is a little bit, like, this looks a little bit dodgy now, doesn't it? Like, it probably isn't, but it looks a bit dodgy. 6+ to hit the ball. That's pretty good, isn't it, honestly? Like, genuinely, that's pretty good. Either one of those. Where's 6+ to hit the ball on 2D? Like, the problem is you'd have to get the skink around first, but... Yeah, that was the play. Genuinely, 6+ to hit the ball. Worked for Sol yesterday, and that's it. If you're not going to get better, that's what you got to do. So fair play to Sol. He saw the play, guys, and went for it. And I think Spartakus had to go for a 6+ dodge here. Oh well, it wouldn't have worked. He rolls double 1. Nah, KFoged's not going to potato. He'll get something. He'll get something with him, or he might just go back. Right, he might just go back. He's got 2 free players at the moment, so he can retreat behind those as a screen. Funny enough, that might have been a non-block, right? That might have been a non-block scenario, because now he's got this one out. So he's got this one out for free, makes a screen across, and then dodges these 2 out. Oh. Goes for the jump up punch. Well, maybe he is potatoing. Is he going to 1D blitz? Like, one of the things I've noticed is KFoged isn't shy of doing a 1D blitz, right? Whereas I am. And, I guess I shouldn't be, right? Like, if the situation calls for it, if that's what's got to get done, it's what's got to get done. Yes, you want to get forward because it is so hard for him to counter score on you, but also you don't want to give him the ball, do you? So it's a bit tricky. It's a little bit tricky. I would want to go back and screen it with like options of getting it forward as well. But I guess he's just basing all the Saurus and then running forward, yeah. Can he hit the skink? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he's going to hit the skink. He's going to blitz the skink. No, he's not. Errata. He could have blitzed the skink. That was an alright play, wasn't it, with 3 rerolls? You could just run around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, rush. Or double rush. No, because he's moved him there. It would have been a rush to 2D the skink. Like, that's pretty strong, isn't it? If you nail the skink, you're pretty much golden. You've got the ball on a blodger. All the Saurus are tagged. This is an odd play, yeah, interesting, isn't it? You just try to control the Saurus as much as possible, but I mean, he can block the Crocs free, can't he? He's got 2 chances to block the Crocs free, and then he's got 2D on the ball. There we go. Instant. Both down. Oh no, it's a thrower. Is it? Yeah, it's the blockless thrower. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go, Crocs. Is it too little, too late? Yeah, I don't like getting your ball carrier hit by a Cropsigo here. This play from Cole, but it was a tough turn, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm not calling him rubbish for it. I guess it was really hard to stop this happening if it happened. But I feel like the problem is, like, even if you do like the screen down here, what if the screen gets blitzed by a Crocs and then you've got a Crocs on the ball? It's not good, is it? So yeah, I like blitzing. I like blitzing the skink. Yeah, I like potato and blitz the skink. I do. I didn't at first, but once he'd moved those things up, and then I realised how close the blitzer was to it, it seemed pretty okay, didn't it? But it's still a game. Don't say it's over. You could go for the blockless block, and if it's a POW, it's better. But he doesn't. He just goes for the completely sensible play of the wrestle 2D. Hand off the wrestler. No, I think blitz the skink and then 1D the Crocs. Gets a full POW. And a removal. And a full POW. And a break. Oh no, it's hit and run, it's hit and run. It's hit and run. You can run through. It doesn't matter which side it goes. And you can try this dodge off to tag. Does the rushes first, because why not? And that is all she wrote. Wow. It's honestly, it's pretty cool because, you know, the Super League is obviously very high standard. Andy Davo is absolutely dominating tabletop this year. Won half of the tournaments he's been to. Won the Welsh Open. Done really well in every event, pretty much. And he's finished bottom of the Super League, right? The Super League is the cream of the crop. And ever since it started this season, I've been saying Diomed and KFoged are the 1 and 2. The top 2 players. I think they've done enough to distance themselves from everybody else, and then sure enough they both won their group and they're both in the final, so that's pretty incredible, isn't it? And KFoged has got a direct ticket from getting to the final because Diomed's already got one, and then if Diomed can win, he can play in the 3rd season of Super League as well for the like the summer season for the qualification, and try and win it all 3 times, which would be incredible, wouldn't it? If KFoged wins the final, then Diomed will not be allowed in the third season. You know, you're only allowed, if you've got a direct ticket, you're only allowed in if it's to defend your title. So it'll be like, it's not unrealistic, right? Like, I've played this team, I've played KFoged with these Amazons. It's not easy for the Necro. Oh my god, the jump's amazing. It's not easy for the Necro, but it's totally possible, completely possible to win. And wouldn't that be amazing to win Super League twice in a row? That would be pretty incredible. There is technically a chance. Look, he's got the scoring threat. He's got the scoring threat. He did the Saurus jump. Fair play. Fair play to... He's going to just 1D this, I guess. Oh no, it's a 2D. Okay, it doesn't matter then. 2D, and then that gets this through for the 1D. Or can you even get a 2D? You can even get a 2D. Two plus for a 2D. Yes, exactly, Moob, exactly. One of them will be not coming back, whatever happens, yes. Yep. Like Olivier Delac wasn't in this season because he's already got a direct ticket. So he just was unceremoniously dumped. And then there might be other people who've also got direct tickets, I'm not sure. For instance, Davo might get one, right? Davo might get one. He's in the... And Arswain. Davo and Arswain are both in the last 4 of the Cup. So, in fact, they might be playing each other, and one of them is guaranteed not coming back. Let me check. I haven't covered the Chalice at all. I meant to do the quarters, and I just didn't. So the semis. Yeah, it's Devo versus Arzawin, so one of those won't be coming back because the winner of that and Devo versus Arzawin will not be eligible for Super League next season. So there you go. So that'll be 2 people not playing from this season next season, and maybe more. You know, somebody might top the ladder and stuff from Super League, so we might get a few fresh faces in next season. Got to work out how it's going to work, the qualification for next year as well, because like obviously there's all the arena, there's the sprint cups and the arena cups and stuff, so it's all going to be take a bit of working out. I'll have to do that tomorrow or something. Cosmigo 86. Right, well there you go. Yeah, obviously big congrats to KFoged. Won his semi-final, both games. I think they both 1-0 as well, right? I think he won both of them 1-0 to get through. Yep, both 1-0 wins. And Diomed lost the first game versus Wentros, but came back in the next 2. Is this the man himself? It could be. Hello? Hello? Oh, wait, no, I'm muted. Oh my god. Hello, Cole.
Evening, little restless.
Hey! Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
That was, that didn't seem too stressful. Kicking and him giving, exposing the ball a bit, didn't he? He didn't make he made a base cage, didn't he? And then the offense with the 3 removals in one turn.
Yeah. The only stressful part was not scoring on one of those opportunities.
Yes.
Just hand off to a blitzer.
Yeah, if you're 1-0 up at that, then you just know you've won, right? Because, okay, you might get it back to 1-1, but the chance of him getting to 2-1 is basically 0, so yeah.
Besides, if you kill all the girls at the same time, I think.
Yeah. But my god,
that skink bonanza.
It was even 4, right? Because he appoed one. It was literally 4 skink removals in one turn.
Yeah. He did also leave all of them in contact.
Yes. Yeah.
And one to directly. I guess he wanted to dodge them away and failed the first dodge into a KO, which is of course unlucky.
Yes.
But he did have to dodge all of them to not get any of them hit.
Yes, I think maybe that turn he should have not made a 3D with the Crocs, right? He should have got more stuff in contact with your stuff, make you roll more dice to base his skinks, and then.
I'm not gonna lie, I was quite happy to see all the skink lined up to get hit.
Yeah.
Thinking that if I can get rid of almost all the skinks, even losing the ball is probably fine.
Yes. Yeah. That was a big turn. But on another day it could have gone differently, right? Like if he can
always.
Yeah, but Spartakus is very good. But that's it's honestly it's really funny that I've bigged up you and Diomed all the way through, and now you both won your group and you're both in the final, and it's pretty cool, isn't it? And whatever happens, one of you won't be in next season.
Besides, did Diomed lose any in the group stages? He didn't, did he?
He didn't, but he did lose against Wenteros in the.
Yeah, but still, we combined have one lose between us.
Yes. Yes, pretty ridiculous. So yeah, it's going to be very exciting.
It seems like some will say it might be the right final for the season.
Yes, I think that's safe to say.
Yeah.
Hello, Spartakus. I don't think you played like shit at all.
No, it's a weird matchup because of all the strings for guard and stuff. And then,
it feels like both of your offenses are worse, right?
Yes. Yeah, but that's the hard part for both the teams, because we both struggle. It's a lot easier with both teams sit back and make the other one have to roll a ton of dice to get anywhere.
Yeah.
But actually getting anywhere is the hard part, like.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting, especially with you, because like the big girls and that, like the stand firm and the defensive and the sidestep. That's really it's more defensive, right? They're all defensive skills basically. So like they're all great on offense, but then on defense, but then on offense, it's like, well, you're not that good at hitting them, because you've only got 2 guard and 2 strength 4, and then your sidestep isn't really doing a whole lot for you on offense. So yeah, so a lot of your big weapons are defensive weapons rather than offensive weapons. So. And strength 4 Saurus are kind of the same, right? They just mash in 7 strength 4 block guard guys, and what the flip are you going to do? Whereas on offense, they've got to worry about the ball and stuff, and them getting tagged out and things like that. So yeah, both teams are essentially better on defense, and then they're both playing into that when they play each other. So yeah, very interesting.
Yeah. But the Amazons being cheaper and can actually afford a paint better.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah, the bends has definitely been a thing in both games, I think.
Well, the crazy thing is, it actually wasn't, right? It actually wasn't, because start. For you it was, yeah. But
lack of bench.
But it wasn't because he started the half with 11 still, right? The bench wouldn't have helped him, as it happened in both games. That the removals came in the second half, so he would have just had 2 skins.
You're saying that, but it does also change the profile.
True.
It changed the risk profile. Like, if there is a bench, like especially the first game I played super aggressive after the early Apo.
True.
Which, if there is a bench, I might hold on a bit.
Yeah, and like the fouls. I mean, you made you would have made the foul anyway, but that foul could have happened in the first half if you'd had the chance. Yeah. Whereas if he had 13 players, it wouldn't have happened. So yeah, so things like that. It's true. It changed our players. I did prefer Sergel's team build of the 13 players, and the less reroll.
11 is Spartakus is super strong as long as you stay on track.
Yeah,
But
yeah, that's the thing. He's got more TV on the pitch, hasn't he? That's the thing. Like Sergel had 120k on the bench, which it's just Spartakus had more power on the pitch. So it's not just definitely wrong or anything. I would prefer a bit of stability rather than a bit of power. But 6 and 2 threes. It is super interesting. There's these little subtleties.
But yeah, if you hold, but defense is helpful. Like if you hold the 0 in 6 out of your 7 games, you're in a long way for doing well, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, phenomenal. Actually, both Diomed and KFoged have just had phenomenal defense, haven't they? We can see the results here. Actually, Diomed with a 2-1 there, 1-0 for KFoged, and then
was -1-0. Literally 5 out of 6 games is 1-0.
Yep, another 2-1. That was a 4-0. Let's not talk about that one. And then a 1-0 there. And then a 1-1. Zebras at one of the few games where not everybody died. 1-1. Yeah. 2-1. So actually quite a lot of touchdowns conceded from Diomed, like more than you'd expect. I know it's not that many, it's just normally 1, but still, yeah, 1-0 for KFoged, 1-0. And then a 1-0 loss, then a 2-1 win, and then 1-0, 1-0. Yeah, so lots of 1-0s for KFoged. Cool.
Like literally 5 out of 7 games.
Yeah, yeah. And one of the ones that wasn't was a 4-0. So yeah, pretty incredible. Only one person scored. Yeah, cheers, Spartakus. Great having you in as well.
Yeah. And I also only scored 1 in 6 out of 7, but
yes,
enough if the other person doesn't score.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It does really show you the strengths and weaknesses of Amazons. Really, like not great offense, but great defense, and yeah, very super interesting. Right, I've got to say that I want to go and play. I want to go and play Baldur's Gate 3. So
that's all right.
So thank you very much
as always.
Yeah, thanks for oh my god, I can't speak. Thank you for coming on, Cor. Always great to talk to you. Massive congrats. It's going to be an amazing final versus you and Diomed. And of course, congratulations on getting your direct ticket to the World Cup, because it doesn't matter if you lose the final now, you're still definitely going to the World Cup. So that's great, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't like spending too much time getting those.
And thanks.
Apparently, it seemed like.
Yes, yeah, you did great, yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and stay fantastic.